Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another brand new video. In this video, I'm going to talk about, in more detail, the science of consecration, as I see it. I am currently on Fitzroy Island, and I just walked to the top of the mountain, and now I'm walking back. And I made a video just before this, or one of the previous videos, talking about how I stored my energy here. And if you have any kind of sense, you will be able to see it. And I just got more ideas that I want to share here before I head down. This reminds me of something that Sadhguru says, as virtually everything that I see in life reminds me of something that Sadhguru says. I've watched hundreds of videos, 200 of Sadhguru's videos easily, probably more than that, maybe 1,000, I don't know. And I've watched many videos repetitively because when I want to learn something, I absorb it fully and I seek to find any avenue to do so. I'm not interested in learning slowly. I'm interested in burning myself fully. So this is it. Here I am, standing next to this big rock. And as you can see, the geometry of this rock is unlike any of the rocks that you might find on this island, such as that one or those ones. It's different. Now, it's not so much the actual physical geometry. It's not like you're going to go measure this type of rock and think, okay, every rock that has this shape is going to do this. No, it's not like that. It has to be a personal experience. You have to feel this rock is receptive to receiving energy. And this rock is very much receptive towards storing your own energy, a human being's energy. Some rocks here, some stones that are around this mountain peak are of similar geometry, maybe even better looking geometry, but they're not able to receive your energy as well as, for example, just this one here. And now anyone that walks past this rock their state of mind will shift very rapidly, very dramatically. But the thing with this type of consecration is it's not very powerful. So for example, just 1 foot or 1 meter away from this rock, that's where you can really strongly feel the energy. So if you want to come and meditate here, that'd be fantastic. You will easily, effortlessly go into a meditative state if you just sit next to this rock or in front of this rock, or maybe on top, although it's not advised to go sit on top of this. But as I was thinking about this, I could see why Sadhguru says that with enough people, he can consecrate the whole world. If he has enough resources and the right number of people and the right energy, he can consecrate the whole world. And also the Dhyanalinga took about 14 people to do. It's not like he can just do it himself. He can, but probably he will lose his body. And whatever he is, he will store into the mountain, but then that's it. He will be gone. I don't even think that's enough to actually make a Dhyanalinga. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of energy. So as I was walking down, I was thinking about this rock and what it would take to really make this full blast. Because, you know, if you think of like an iPhone, as an iPhone battery, how much charge does this have? Maybe 5% right now. And even that is like, wow, this is a very interesting, kind of intriguing energy, and it can be felt. But to make it full blast, you would need, I don't know, at least 2 days with enough energy, with enough resources, I should say, you know, sage and incense and various other techniques of magic that you do things, and that produces energy, a lot of energy. And also the right number of people, maybe 10 people. And in 2 days, we can make this full blast, like people that, you know, like you and I, probably. And if we all stay here and we all do the right number of things, this can be a very powerful center for healing and spirituality. And it can be felt even from the mainland. And this would attract also people to it. This would be the most gravity-centered place on this whole island for sure, more than the resort or anything else, because this is it pulls you on a spiritual level. So who knows? I'm making this video on June 15th, I believe. Yes, it is 15th, 2023. Maybe in 200, 300, and 500 years, this will be the case. Some yogis will come here and maybe after watching this video, they will make this stone a powerful powerhouse. One other thing that I should mention here about that stone that we just talked about is that, again, this comes back to the geometry of things. It's not an ideal geometry to hold energy for a very long time, because of the shape that it's in. If we were to make the stone into full blast, then it would only hold this energy for 500 years, and then it would dissipate, because the more energy it holds, it's like it would leave from the sides, you know. But a simple thing like as I did, it sits in the center, in the core, and that, you know, will be there as a residual for a very long time. Just like as a fire, you know, you see a fire burning, or a campfire burning with many logs. The logs will burn relatively quickly compared to the embers that will be there for hours if the conditions of the atmosphere are right. It's not too windy, it's not raining, so the fire will very quickly be burned. The wood will disintegrate, but the coals will be alive for much longer. So just like that, this works. So in the future, it is my hope, it's my wish to fully use my skills. I haven't mastered them yet, but to create something that will last for at least 1,000 years, that is something meaningful, something that people can be attracted to, will be drawn to, and that will very quickly and easily and also effortlessly change human beings. Something that I quickly want to add on after me watching this video back is that about the consecration of the Dhyanalinga. It took 14 people, as Sadhguru says, to consecrate this thing, and it took many months. It took no, not many months, excuse me. It took 3 years to make. And that is a very complex thing. It's like a living being. It literally is like that. It's like a living yogi that sits there, and he has every form of dimension that is humanly possible to achieve or to explore. Any dimension that is you are able to see in the universe. Every dimension is in that little pill-shaped stone. And it took a lot of work. It took his energy. It took almost his life to consecrate, or to energize, I should say. This word consecration doesn't sound right. It is not really a good word in the English language. It doesn't. Most people don't understand what this means, but to energize this thing. And but a stone like this, for example, just to make it full blast, it's relatively very easy. And yeah, so as I was thinking back to what I said, that Sadhguru could leave his body and merge with the Dhyanalinga, I wonder if that's possible. I'm thinking about that, if that would be possible, if he just created the stone, the actual physical scaffolding, as he says, and then he would just leave his body and put all of his energy into that. And if he could make that by himself without the people. Maybe not, probably not, because of the fact that he collected those people for a reason. He always had the intention to leave his body after the Dhyanalinga was formed, but he didn't afterwards, thankfully. And if that was the case, if that was really his intention, then he could have just left his body right then and there and made it by himself. So that doesn't seem like it's the case. It seems like it would take a lot more energy, a lot more people, and maybe it did. So I just wanted to briefly touch upon that. That's it. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again very, very soon.